Do you want your ex back? Don't you wish that you could have a second chance, a do-over to make things right and create the happy life that you know that you can have together? I'm your host, Dave Barker, and I'm here to make that happen for you. Let's start with the good news. Studies show that approximately 50% of couples break up and get back together at least once. So you do still have a good chance of getting your ex back, even if it doesn't feel that way right now. But that raises one very important question. What separates the couples who got back together from the couples who didn't? The answer is simple. The couples who got back together missed each other so much that they were able to overlook the things that drove them apart in the first place. That's it. They knew that the good outweighed the bad in the relationship. If you're watching this video, I'm guessing that you're already there. You've decided to look past all of the drama and hurt feelings and try again. But your ex isn't quite there yet. They're fighting an internal battle. They miss you, they want to call you, they wish the whole breakup had never happened, but at the same time, they're angry. They might hate you, and they might just wish that you'd disappear. If you've ever dumped someone, I'm sure you understand this feeling completely. Emotions are high-pitched for them right now. They dominate their waking thoughts, and at the same time, they tend to swing from one side to the other. They see you both as the cause of their misery and as a potential solution. What you need to do is shift their perspective. You need them to see you as their source of happiness. You need to make your ex miss you. But I should say this does not go for all exes. There are definitely situations where your ex is totally over you and has zero desire to get you back. I'm sorry, but it's true. If you're wondering which of these two camps your ex falls into, then you should head over to xbackquiz.com after this video and check out the free quiz there. It only takes 5 minutes and it will reveal your ex's feelings about you. That's xbackquiz.com. Now, how do you make your ex miss you? Well, there are a million ways to make this happen, but I need you to focus on just 3 things. The first is your absence. Yes, if you want your ex back, you need to make yourself as scarce as possible, as quickly as possible. I get messages all the time from people wondering why their ex doesn't want them. And when I dig deep, they tell me that they still talk to them every day, that they might still live together, or that they show up to their home or their work to talk it out and convince them to get back together. I always tell them the same thing. You can't miss something that you still have. Think about it. Do you miss the shirt that you're wearing? Do you miss your car that's parked outside? Do you miss your roommate? No. Despite what some poets will tell you, you can't miss something that's right there in front of you. You can't be homesick while you're home. Now, the breakup has made your ex miss you to some extent, because while you may still be around, some aspects of your relationship are certainly gone. I'm guessing, well, I'm hoping that you aren't still being romantic towards them, sleeping in the same bed, having sex, and just generally acting like partners towards one another. So your ex is still definitely missing some of the things that they associate with you. But to make them truly miss you, you need to back off. You think that if you give your ex space, they're going to forget about you and move on. But that's actually rarely the case, especially if this was a significant relationship. By giving them space, you're actually going to occupy their thoughts more than ever. Because right now your presence is a reminder of the breakup more than it is of anything else. They see you and it brings up all the negative feelings associated with the breakup. And if you've been putting any pressure on them to get back with you, this is even worse. Even if you think you're being subtle, your ex knows you, so they know your intentions. If you've been begging or pleading or hanging around them or dropping hints or otherwise bothering them in any way, all you're doing is making them associate you with stress and danger. So instead of reminding them of the good times, you're creating new negative memories for them. So take a different approach. Exchange your belongings, settle any lingering business, leave your shared home, and then commit to not talking to your ex for 4 weeks. I know this is easier said than done. I know it's going to be challenging, and I know it's going to be painful, and it's going to be a huge mental and emotional blow. But it's going to be even more challenging for your ex. They don't suddenly expect you to go silent and withdrawal, and this will become a huge shock to their system, and it may plunge them into a deep pit of sadness. Don't worry, they're gonna be okay. But this time and space apart is gonna give them a chance to truly miss you in a way that they couldn't before. This may even hit them harder than the breakup itself, because, as we talked about, a part of them still does want you back, and that part never really believed that you'd be gone from their life. In many situations, this alone is enough to make your ex come running back to you, begging you for a second chance because they couldn't handle your absence the way that they thought they could. But if not, you need to remain strong because that's the next way to make your ex miss you. Number 2 is your strength. So whether you've come to the end of no contact, you have some unavoidable reason of speaking to your ex, or you're thinking of posting something on social media that you know your ex will see, you need to keep one thing in mind: your strength. Basically, you don't want your ex to see, hear, or smell any sense of desperation, weakness, or depression on you right now. You want them to see you as strong and confident. This is going to show them that you're moving on to bigger and better things. Obviously, this will make them worry that they've lost you, which is really going to make them want you even more. It's also going to show them that you're a valuable person with lots of options and a good head on your shoulders, which is attractive to just about anyone. Of course, it's normal to be sad after a breakup, and I'd never tell you to ignore your feelings, but you need to keep them to yourself around your ex. To project strength to your ex, first maintain no contact. Begging and pleading with your ex is just about the weakest thing that you could do right now. It shows them that you have no prospects and that you're lost without them. This is not attractive. And even the most subtle messages you send your ex are going to come across as pretty obvious, since they probably already know that you want them back. So there's really no way to appear strong when you're the one reaching out to them. So stick to the plan and steer clear of them. Secondly, you want to give the impression that you're thriving. You're too busy having fun and succeeding and living your best life to worry about them. And the best way to give this impression is to be busy having fun, succeeding, and living your best life. The bare minimum here is to get out of the house and socialize with your friends and family. But you should also make attempts to get out of your comfort zone and try to do new things. Maybe go surfing, take a pottery class, join a sports team. It doesn't matter exactly what you do, it just matters that you do it. If you really want to maximize your results here, you should also be setting goals and taking steps to achieve them. So look at the aspects of your life that you want to improve and do just that. Remember, this breakup offers you a new opportunity. You have more time now, so don't waste it being depressed. Use it to level up. Now, it doesn't matter if you show your ex this stuff directly, it's gonna get back to them one way or another, whether through social media or mutual friends. And even if they never have any idea what you've been up to, the confidence that comes with living your best life will come through, and they'll just fill in the gaps themselves. Number 3 is your past. Once you've successfully completed no contact and you've worked on yourself, you're ready for the next step. This is what I call the re-attraction phase. And this is when you start to drop subtle reminders of your time together that will make them miss you like nothing else. This begins long before you reach out to your ex via social media. Now, social media is a great way to send subtle messages to your ex without actually breaking no contact. Just remember that subtlety is key here. If your ex can tell what you're doing, then it's just going to come across as desperate. So don't post old photos of the two of you or anything like that. And don't post cryptic messages of song lyrics that remind you of them either. One of the best ways to do this is to post a photo in a place that was once important to you and your ex. So maybe you two always went to a walk by a specific pond every weekend. Post a photo with the pond in the background. You want your ex to think, was that on purpose or did they just happen to be there? Just a few posts like this will be enough to spark your ex's curiosity, so don't overdo it. Also, feel free to post some selfies or group shots. If you want your ex to think of you, then this is a pretty straightforward way to make that happen. From there, we move on to first contact. I'm not going to tell you the first message to send your ex. This will be a whole other video because it's an extremely delicate process and it can't be rushed. But once you've established regular contact with your ex, now is the time to remind them of your past. Drop subtle hints to the times that you shared together. So maybe you had a romantic date at a restaurant, or you watched a funny movie on the night of your first kiss, or maybe you had a good time in an IKEA. I don't know, but these specifics will apply to your relationship and your relationship alone, so think hard. It goes without saying that only good memories should be invoked here. So if you've had a vacation together where you fought the whole time, please don't bring that up. And when you bring these things up, don't push too hard. Just invoke the memory and then back away. So something kind of like this. Hey, remember the time that we went for a bike ride to the zoo? I just came across that picture of the elephant sitting down. So funny. Anyway, I'll talk to you later, just going to work. Something like this will give your ex a strong sense of memory without putting any pressure on them to go down memory lane with you. So there it is, the 3 best ways you can make your ex miss you. As you can see, it's a pretty simple process, but never an easy one. If you want a little more help on your getting ex back journey, don't forget to like this video and subscribe to my channel so I can keep making videos like this for you guys. And while you're at it, why don't you leave me a comment letting me know where you're watching from? I love reading what you guys have to say. Thanks for watching. I'll see you next time right here on The Breakup Corner.